Professor Aziz Sancar from Turkey is a Turkish and US citizen.
You know Aziz Sancar, the first Turkish scientist to win a Nobel Prize. Like many journeys to success, the road to the Nobel was not an easy one. Aziz Sancar has dedicated all his life to exploring and to solving the scientific mysteries of life, and has given back to humanity everything he has learned. But the work leading to the Nobel Prize is only part of his life's work. Now Aziz Sancar is calling on you to help with another project to help Turks and Turkey. In Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Aziz Sancar has built a small Turkish cultural center and a house for visiting Turkish scholars. He has done this to help our young generation to prosper while studying in America and to help Americans learn more about Turkey, the country of his birth. He says, "Let's work together on what I have started for the Turkish community and improve our capabilities by building a larger Turkish cultural center and a new residence that can house even more Turkish students and scholars." This is his dream, one that he hopes Turkish people in both the US and Turkey can help become a reality. Who is this man? Professor Dr. Aziz Sancar. It is not easy to describe him. His work teaches us about DNA and gives us hope to cure cancer and other diseases that cause mankind great suffering. Everyone carries a family picture in their wallet, but Aziz Sancar carries a picture of a DNA repair map that he has likened to the Piri Reis map of the New World. Only this map does not describe continents, it shows us where DNA is damaged and where it is repaired. This knowledge will help us understand why cancer occurs, why chemotherapy sometimes fails, and may point us to new and more effective treatments. Aziz Sancar is a humble man. He does not believe that he has any special talent or intellect that enables him to be successful at his work. "You can do it too," he says. "Just be patient, determined, and work hard like me." He is one of the 8 children born to illiterate parents in the small village of Savur in Mardin. As a child, his feet saw shoes only when he went to school, and he carried on conversations with trees. He was curious about nature and was so intrigued by ants that he would stare at the ground for hours until they came out of their nests. He was also determined and stubborn. As a child, he got into a battle of the wills with a donkey and won. These experiences taught him to be determined and patient, and were key attributes for a future scientist. Like all young boys growing up in Turkey, he dreamed of being the goalkeeper for the Turkish national soccer team. But when he realized that was not going to happen, Aziz Sancar turned to science instead. He worked hard and proved that whether you are from Istanbul or Savur, in a remote corner of Turkey, if you are determined, you can succeed if you are dedicated to what you're doing and work hard. He had great admiration for his teachers who emphasized the sense of service to the country. And hard work, not intelligence, is the key to success. Aziz Sancar went to America to learn how to do biochemical research, because this was the country where the most advanced research was done. It was not easy. There were many difficult times, and remembering those times is one reason that Aziz Sancar wants to help today's Turkish students who come to the US. During his first few months in America, he lived in the basement of his laboratory building and showered with the water hose. He was lonely and isolated in a land where he did not know the culture nor the language. But these difficulties made him even more determined to succeed. He did not want to be seen as a foreigner who could not compete with other scientists. As a Turk, he had to bring honor to his country. This drove him to succeed and nourish the dream that one day he will be able to help other young Turkish scholars. As he became more successful, Aziz Sancar put the awards and grant monies he received throughout the years, together with the inheritance his scientist wife received from her family, and in 2008 to start the Aziz and Gwen Sancar Foundation and Carolina Turkish House. All of this for the benefit of Turkish students studying in America, so that they could learn American culture, so they can succeed in their studies, and to help build bridges between Turks and Americans so that these two great people can love and respect each other. Today, Aziz Sancar is one of the world's most renowned Turks. His discoveries are now in college textbooks and in many different languages throughout the world, from USA to Turkey to China and Japan. He is a world citizen, however, Turkey is foremost in his heart. If you ask him about the happiest days of his life, he will answer, "The time when I was working as a physician in the remote villages of Savur." Aziz Sancar dedicated his Nobel Prize to Ataturk and gave it to the Ataturk Museum at Anıtkabir to honor the educational reforms of Ataturk that made it possible for a child from a remote Turkish village to one day win the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. He has never forgotten his country's songs, his people, and the land where he was born and raised. This Aziz Sancar is calling on you to donate to this cause and to help him build a bigger and better Sancar Turkish House. Remember, this house is Turkey in America. Remember, this house is a shelter for future scientists. Remember, this house is ours. Aziz Sancar showed the world what a Turk can do with his patience and determination. Now, it is your and our turn to be patient, persistent, and determined.